David Ceccanti. I'm the technical business consultant of CommProve, and I am here today with Anil Rao, that is the principal analyst of Analysys Maison. Hi Anil.
Hi David, good to see you again.
Yeah, me too. So let's start to discuss on what happened here in the Mobile World Congress of 2018. What is the overall trends that you see here in these 3 days?
Yeah. So David, some of the things that I'm seeing here is, the operators are going through different levels of digital transformation. So some of the pieces of that are, starting to appear. So customer experience and transformation as an example. There's the network transformation that is going on. There's the introduction of new technologies such as 5G and IoT. So, broadly, those are some of the trends. But, specifically, if you look at customer experience and churn reduction as a hot topic, even today, so operators are not only looking at improving network's quality of experience, but they're looking at it from a more holistic perspective. How do you improve the customer's experience at every touch point? Be it the customer care, be it in the billing, and so on and so forth. Secondly, there is the aspect of NFV-SDN, which is we started the journey 5 years ago. So that's moved on to, if you like, the commercialization of NFV-SDN. But we're facing operational challenges. Assurance is a big part of that. And then there is the very important aspect of operations automation. And this is not only relevant for NFV-SDN, but also even for today's networks. Operators are looking at reducing operational expenses, OPEX, as well as improving operational efficiencies on a day-to-day basis. Automation is a significant part of the puzzle there. And then there is the new topics such as 5G and IoT. Operators are now considering the use cases, for example, how they can introduce 5G. What are the monetization opportunities? And IoT is still a topic that operators are looking at. And I see that 5G and IoT sort of starting to come together as operators explore more use cases.
It's very interesting, specifically the concept of customer experience, because as CommProve we have worked a lot to improve our product suite on customer experience, and we embrace also the concept of digital transformation. What about instead NFV-SDN? Because this is another important topic that I see around.
No, this is a very important topic for the industry at the moment. So as operators start to look at operationalization of NFV-SDN, as they prepare to launch new services, the question now is, how do you support and maintain and monitor and assure those services and the infrastructure on an ongoing basis? So from a service assurance perspective, it sort of creates new challenges, because traditionally it's been developed for physical networks, and now with virtual networks and cloud technologies making its way into the networks, we now have a hybrid network scenario. So assurance needs to be reconsidered as a way to monitor and assure services on hybrid networks. So
this is the other point for us, how we can help the operator in this transformation. And this, again, another transformation that is still digital, because we have to think that the legacy network is still physical. Yeah. Much of the connection are still physical, and they are evolving on the virtual network. This is why our proposal, it's a proposal where we think now at the hybrid solution, where the hybrid solution it's based on pure products that are still capable to work on the physical, but also evolve on the virtual, and introduce the concept of orchestration of what we do. So how we can orchestrate and how we can, let's say, improve our way for the operator to assist them not only in the service assurance but also in the business assurance. If the orchestration is capable to help them and change what happened in the network. This is introduced the other concept. What happened in terms of operation side?
Yeah.
If we evolve again on the digital transformation, what happened on the operation side of the network?
So operations automation, is another aspect that I mentioned earlier, which is very important for operators. Now, the key aspect here is that for NFV and the success of NFV, automation is a really important prerequisite, and we all accept that as an industry. But it's not going to happen overnight. So so the interest is now, or the focus, if you like, has increased on how do you increase automation in operations of the existing physical networks as you start transitioning towards NFV. So, repetitive tasks, manual processes that are, within the network operations center, those are really some of the early benefits that you can achieve by automating those manual tasks and repetitive tasks. So analytics and machine learning play a significant role in the automation of these existing network operations processes.
What happened to us is that when I say us, it's this environment, the telco environment is changing a lot. If we think that the other industry, like car automation, it's another matter. How they produce the car automation. This is now what we are looking also as. And this is why we introduce some partnership that can help us on the artificial intelligence and also in the machine learning. It's not an easy path, but it's for sure something that we are looking, and we are evolving very quickly. This is why we have introduced the concept of machine learning and the concept of prediction, like what you say at the beginning for the customer experience. So how the prediction can help in the churn reduction, predictive analytics, the usage of the new technology like big data that can help the operator and understand what happened. And so this is our, let's say, challenge, but this is why we think that we can help really the operators. And just to close our session, what about 5G and IoT?
Yeah, so this is a very interesting question, right? So the industry is now talking about 5G and IoT. We've been talking about it for a few years. But from an operator's perspective, if you look at IoT, it's still a nascent market, So they are, a de facto connectivity provider. Of course, there are other, network standards that are coming as well. But from an operator's perspective, it is still a nascent market. But there are interesting requirements that are coming from an assurance perspective. How do you do the geolocation? How do you do the asset tracking? So interesting use cases in IoT. From a 5G perspective, again, a new area, but a really interesting area, because the 5G requirements are not just about enhanced mobile broadband, not just about high speeds. It's about collaboration with other industry verticals such as automotive, healthcare, and manufacturing, and the Industry 4.0 initiatives. So the discussion around 5G is about enabling these other industry verticals undergo their own digital transformation. So there are aspects like network slicing that's going to make that happen. So really interesting areas that we are getting into another era of disruption. So looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, also because this is another topic that for sure next year we could be again here together to discuss on 5G and IoT. Thanks a lot, Anil.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.